What's up, YouTube? I'm working on a new project. My Timberwolves been doing pretty good, and multiple people have been hitting me up like, man, what you gonna do? You gonna create some new art for the Wolves? I'm like, man, I've been doing art for the Wolves and for Minnesota teams. Like, are y'all just supporting now just because we got a good team? That's crazy. Here's a few pieces I've done in the past. I even got the opportunity through my guy John from the company Homegrown to make the Wolves team baseball jerseys through my guy D'Angelo Russell.
Oh yeah, these are official. These are alright, ain't they?
I actually still had a few blank jerseys from my Timberwolves order, so I'm going to use that as the blank jersey I'm going to use. So I needed an idea to use for my theme, and I just kind of looked at all the gestures that the Timberwolves been doing. Got me thinking about another great sport that I used to watch growing up. Even in their interviews, they acting like wrestlers.
MJ could guard you.
Hell no. No.
Big late 90s wrestling fan?
Late 90s wrestling fan. I was trying to get Rudy to do it with me, but
I used all these ideas to come up with a WWE Timberwolves baseball jersey. I got Rudy with the money sign, and I mashed that up with the dollar signs from Ted DiBiase. All my patchwork is handcrafted, cut, and sewn manually on an automatic sewing machine. The next patch I did was of my favorite wrestler, Bret the Hitman Hart. Probably the best wrestler ever. But anyways, as you notice, I took his heart design and I incorporated the alternate Timberwolves design inside of that. One of my best skills that no one knows about is my quote-unquote freestyle style when I'm making patches. There's some things I just can't cut out, and I have to sew using my hand-eye coordination, I guess, if that makes sense. Everything I'm doing right now, as you see, I'm literally just doing it, literally using my eyes and my skills. No template or nothing. The next patch I'm doing is of Ant-Man with the DX sign on there. As you see, each piece is already cut out. I'm sticking the pieces together, sewing that onto a poly tackle twill, and then from there I'm going to sew that onto the jersey when I get there. When I have done sewing classes in the past, I realized that a lot of people don't sew because they actually haven't figured out how to thread the needle. Crazy, huh? So I got just about everything cut out. Time to place it on the jersey, and then from there start stitching. The last few years I've been making jerseys with my age on it. This particular one I did with the year I was born. From there, all the pieces and patches that I made, time to cut all the strings off and then actually cut the template around it. This part can be perceived as challenging. I have to cut out a border. Again, using my hand-eye coordination, making sure that the outline border is the same all the way around. So I sewed all the stitching and numbers on the actual jersey. Now it's time for me to actually pin the other patches directly to the jersey and sew that on. When sewing, a lot of challenges can come up. My biggest concern when doing shirts and jerseys is making sure that you don't sew the front to the back. And then from there, everything that I sewing now have pins in it. So if I'm not being careful, the pin can actually damn near stab me, which has happened a lot. You see I make all my patches by hand, but it's nothing like adding the final touches by getting an official WWE patch.
Tougher than a $2 steak. How much is a $2 steak anyway? $1.99.